It always seems impossible until it's done. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. Money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I never lose, I either win or learn. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I dream of an Africa which is at peace with itself. When people are determined, they can overcome anything. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. I am the captain of my soul. There is no such thing as part freedom. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. When a man has done what he considers to be his duty to his people and his country, he can rest in peace. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's inspiring others to move beyond it. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. It is wise to persuade people to do things and make them think it was their own idea. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. The power of education extends beyond the development of skills we need for economic success. It can contribute to nation building and reconciliation. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. There is no limit to what we can achieve when we work together. It is in the character of growth that we should learn from both pleasant and unpleasant experiences. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where all can flourish. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. We must never forget that as much as we fight to liberate the oppressed, we are also fighting to liberate the oppressors. I can't pretend that I'm brave and that I can beat the whole world. You can start changing our world for the better daily, no matter how small the action. While poverty persists, there is no true freedom. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. The habit of attending to small things and of appreciating small courtesies is one of the important marks of a good person. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Do not look the other way. Do not hesitate. Recognize that the world is hungry for action, not words. Act with courage and vision. A fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world the better place he so passionately dreamt of. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. There is nothing more important in life than giving. Tolerance is forged when people look beyond their own desires. You sharpen your ideas by reducing yourself to the level of the people you are with, and a sense of humor and complete relaxation, even when you're discussing serious things, does help to mobilize friends around you. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor. I have a special attachment to the people who befriended me during times of distress. One of the most difficult things is not to change society, but to change yourself. Even if you have a terminal disease, you don't have to sit down and mope. Enjoy life and challenge the illness that you have. A critical, independent, and investigative press is the lifeblood of any democracy. No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. There are so many men and women who hold no distinctive positions, but whose contribution towards the development of society has been enormous.